Right, welcome back. So, physics class. What is the resultant of the following? Magnitude and angle, okay? What is the resultant of the following? We have a magnitude of 30 units and another magnitude of 25 units. The 30 units correspond to an angle of 60 degrees. The 25 units corresponds with an angle of 125 degrees. Our first step is to break these up into x and y components. Break them up into x and y components. X, y. Make two columns, okay? Make two columns. What do these x's and y's mean? Just a small reminder of the right triangle and the Pythagorean theorem. The magnitude is analogous to the hypotenuse. 30 units, running the hypotenuse, okay? Extending like this. At an angle of 60 degrees, okay? At an angle of 60 degrees. I'm just going to draw this example for this one. This would be the x component and this would be the y component, okay? Same thing with the 25 units, okay? So, here we go. Let's find out how to do this. So, for this, 30 units would be 30 cosine of the angle, 60 degrees. And for the second one, it would be 25 cosine of the angle, 125 degrees. Likewise for the y, but it would be sine, 60, 25, sine 125. Okay? Pause if you need to further clarification to get up to this point. I'm going to keep going. So, each one of these has its own number. 30 cosine 60. These numbers are multiplying here. 30 times sine of 25. These are fractions of what this is. Okay? This is going to be a smaller number than this. This is going to be a smaller number than this also. So, here we go. Make sure your calculator's in degrees when you do this. Make sure it's in degrees. So here we go. I'm going to give numbers to each of these. 30 cosine 60. 15. Okay? 25 cosine 125. Negative 14.3. 0.0 there. 30 sine 60. We get 25.9 and 25 sine 125. We get 20.5. Okay? Now at this point, you add up your individual x's and y's. You add them up, okay? 15 minus 14.3. I'm just going to the 10th place for this one. It's highly encouraged to at least go to the 100th place. Do what I say, not what I do, but I'm just giving you an example of how to do this for class. 0.7, okay, for the x. For this, 25.9 plus 20.5. Y is equal to 46.4. So, we used our sine and our cosine. Now we have an x and a y component to find the resulting angle between these two x's and y's. Remember how to do that? Tangent of an angle is equal to y divided by x of that triangle. The y leg divided by the x leg. We have for our y 46.4 divided by 0.7. And in order to find theta, theta represents the angle. Okay? Theta represents the angle. So we will have to take the inverse tangent Different calculators require you to do different things to get inverse tangent, so I'm not just going to tell you a blanket statement to be able to do that. You're going to have to understand how to do that. 46.4 divided by 0.7. Okay, I don't know that off the top of my head. 46.4 divided by 0.7. And we get an angle, a resulting angle of 89.1 degrees. Okay, 89.1 degrees. On a force table, which was what our lab will be, you'll have to add 180 degrees to that. But for these purposes, I'm going to leave it as it is. So, now we have the angle. What do we do next to find the resulting magnitude? Very good. The Pythagorean theorem. Great job. X squared plus y squared equals the resultant squared. How do we get the resultant not being squared? We take the square root. Very good. X squared plus y squared. Okay. We do that. We say the square root of 0.7 squared plus 46.4 squared. Okay? What if one of these numbers were negative? If one of those numbers are negative, what is the square of a negative number? It's positive. Just leave out all the confusion if there's a negative number here and you're trying to find the magnitude. Do not put a negative sign in there, okay? Some calculators do different things, and it requires you to do a different process when you're squaring a negative number. There's a method of using parentheses that I'm not going to get into. It's your calculator, you have to figure that out. 0.7 squared plus 46.4 squared. And we get a resultant of 46.4 units. As you can see, the y component was a real strong determining factor in what our resultant was. Sometimes it turns out that way. Anyways, these are the last two parts of the answers I'd be looking for. The angle and the resulting units. Thank you very much. Look forward to the next video.